They are hoping in the next couple of weeks that 4 or 5 of their stars will be back. It's the former Leeds Rhino, William Sutcliffe, who gets us underway. It's game 4 of 6 in Rivals Round. Jack Smith is the referee. James Vella will be making the decisions in the Super League bunker. But yeah, absolutely crucial that the Giants get amongst them and make a positive start.
Yeah, and it's been a positive start defensively. Just looking at Tane Milne, who starts at loose forward today, sitting play centre off the bench. Luke Robinson's loaded his team, loaded his biggest team at the start of this game, and I'm sure that's an area that he's looking to dominate.
Last one, good opening set from the Rhinos. O'Connor goes back to Frawley under pressure. That's a brilliant charge down, superb play. And it had to be that man, didn't it, that you mentioned, Flanagan. What a good player he is going to be.
It's probably a little bit too soon for him, isn't it? Yeah, he is. Probably a little bit too soon, the exposure, the amount of exposure he's had. But he's already shown that he's going to be a terrific player for the Claret and Gold long term. Yeah,
absolutely. You look at Flanagan here and Whitby at St Helens. The future is good. And here is Flanagan now and Gagai. On the charge in Joe Greenwood. But what an opportunity early on. It was read superbly, the charge down. Flanagan on Crawley. And charge this time from Oliver Wilson. Key to have him back in the side, Wilson. Ball goes back now and Flanagan will chip it towards his far side. Ball goes backwards and the referee will say that it was accidental offside. So it's a penalty to Huddersfield and another great opportunity here for the Giants to make the perfect start.
Yeah, it's been the perfect start with and without the ball. I think the aerial threat from Sam also, we saw that last week in defeat at the Huddersfield Giants. And again, George Flanagan, he recognises that he is a threat in the air, and Ashley is offside.
Hewitt brought down, they're 8 yards away. What an opportunity for the Bonham club. Golding, and here is Tane Milne playing it loose forward this afternoon, a couple of yards away from that line. The former Rhino, Ashton Golding at dummy half. Spins wide to Flanagan with a little shimmy. Still going Flanagan, looking to find a way through, and that's what he can do, always dangerous with ball in hand. Golding again, an acting halfback. On the charge, he's Burgess looking for a way through. And he's that close to the Leeds line. Dummy from Golding. Now they switch to the left-hand side. It's Gagai who's looking for a way through, but there's nowhere to go. Good defence here from Leeds. Last tackle. The ball will surely find Flanagan, and he does as he arrows a kick towards the corner once more. Ball goes backwards, it's still the last. Little chip over the top. Rather a waste there. It was taken fairly easily by Riley Lamb. But you feel there that back-to-back sets on the Leeds line that Huddersfield had wasted an opportunity, but great defence from the home side.
Yeah, it was just littered with unorganised play there. George Flanagan took the line on, and then when Ashton Goulding picked the ball up, he looked right, looked left, and then went left again. And poor Jacob Gagai didn't really know what to do. They've got to be much better when they get into areas like that.
Well, there is Jake Connor. The spotlight will be on him for sure. Terrific performance from him last time out when they beat Salford.
I was watching him warm up, and the boots he was doing, the 40-20, very similar to what he's just put on. He was kicking them 60, 70 metres, using the grease on the field from this rain that you mentioned earlier.
Surrender.
4 minutes gone. Nil-nil. You know Luke Robinson very well, don't you? The Huddersfield coach. Baptism of fire. He's had it tough.
He is. I spoke to him a couple of days ago, and he spoke about as he cracked a big mirror or stepped on a cat or something, because he's been so unlucky. Even when he's been getting players in, they've been getting injured. Niall Levels came in, he got injured, and I think he did his foot, and then Bill Leyland came in, the hooker, and got concussed. So yeah, he's just having a tough run. But what I do know about Luke, he won't hand the towel in. He'll be desperate to get something out of this game.
Here is Tane Milne, midway inside the Leeds half of the field. But it's certainly been an encouraging start. I think the referee had already called the tackle. So they will play the ball quickly.
Go back to your line, Tani. You've rolled right forward.
Or not. They'll play the ball slowly, but eventually they get it away to Flanagan. He'll put up a high kick, and Riley Lum comes in and takes it well. Takes it really well. It's been a big day for the young man as well. He's made his mark on Leeds this season, the 20-year-old, and the Rhinos announcing today that he's signed a brand new contract all the way through to 2029. Another of the shining stars in Super League at the moment.
Yeah, very good player and very agile and very good in the air. I think the kick plan for Huddersfield is clear that they're going to target him. 4 out of 4 kicks so far, and all the territory has been on the right-hand side as we look it. But now Leeds just starting to get over that halfway line, put a bit of attacking shape on of their own.
Yeah, Connor it was. He's trying to play the ball quickly. Last one, the first time really with ball in hand inside the Huddersfield half, and it's Frawley who launches a high kick, and it's well taken. Well taken by young McGowan.
What a great chase that was by Jake Connor. I think the difference that Brad Arthur's got out of this star man is the work ethic that he's producing. It's not just the skill. He's challenging for balls. He's chasing around the field. And when Jake Connor does that, he's a fantastic acquisition in any side.
Well, of course, a former teammate of Luke Robinson, the Huddersfield coach. They played together, and in his second spell at the Giants, Connor was coached by Luke Robinson. One of the quotes of the week, talking about Connor, Robinson saying that he would start an argument with himself in a phone box, and that just about sums him up. On the last note for Huddersfield, good kick downfield from Flanagan, but finds the safe arms of Lockie Miller, always dangerous with ball in hand on the run.
Yeah, and I think Luke Robinson will just be saying to George Flanagan, if you can find some grass, try and make the ball bounce, because Lockie Miller so dangerous when he brings the ball back, and already on the second tackle, we're over the halfway line.
Yeah, that centre partnership of Newman and Hamley, always so dangerous for Leeds. Because that was Newman. Get back and play the ball again, says the referee. And a Connor. Ball goes inside for Tom Holroyd, who's coming to the front row for the suspended Nikolai Alensky. Best field position they've had. Great ball inside for Connor. Here is Jenkins. He slips. What an opportunity for Cooper Jenkins on the charge. But he slipped. Last tackle, all made brilliantly by the ball inside from Jake Connor. And it's O'Connor now back for Frawley. Frawley sees the gap. Has he got the ball down? I don't think he has. Brilliant defence from Huddersfield. It looked all over. First of all, a try, didn't it, for Jenkins, and then for Frawley. And it was Golding who got underneath to deny the half-back a try. 2 try-saving tackles there, both by Aidan McGowan. First of all on Jenkins, and then he gets himself out of there, scrambles across and holds up a fantastic Matt Frawley. I think there was one negative you could say about Leeds last week. They were pushing the pass against Salford. They were expected to score a bag full of points, and in the first half it just didn't pay off. And today you can see that they're building a much more patient approach around the game. Lucky there, the juggle from Tane Mill holds on. 0-0, 9 minutes gone at Headingley, game 4 of the Easter weekend. Here is one of the marquee men, Tom Burgess. Missed a few games because of a hip problem. Now Wilson, but Wilson makes the error. That was a strong challenge, wasn't it? It really was. Yeah, Morgan Gannon underneath the ball. Very, very talented young player. Defensively solid too. And it's important Wilson and Tom Burgess really lead this pack and reduce the number of errors that they do make in this wet conditions. Coming up for 10 minutes gone. And there has been quite a bit of rain swirling around here in Leeds this afternoon. And there's a 4-on-3 on the right side. You can count it. It's a penalty to the Leeds Rhinos. Well, you can't afford to do that. From Huddersfield's point of view, to lose the ball, give away a penalty. And Leeds, who've come close twice to scoring through Jenkins and Frawley, are going to get another opportunity. Here is Frawley, and ball now with Harry Newman.
It's great defence. Ashton Goulding from the inside, just cutting the space and time down to Harry Newman.
Palacia. He's been a big hit, hasn't he, for the Rhinos this season. O'Connor in for McDonald. Extraordinary performance from James McDonald, wasn't it, last weekend, with those 4 tries at Salford. Jared O'Connor. Frawley now, and charge from Morgan Gannon. Close to that try line once more. They're getting ever closer here, Leeds. Frawley is the space on the right-hand side. Little kick through from Connor. That was well taken, wasn't it?
Connor Carr did fantastically well, not only to stop the try, but also return it with interest and get the Giants back up to the 10-metre line. And I think Lou Robinson, after 11 minutes, will be pretty pleased with the amount of possession and territory they had, albeit, you know, in this last couple of minutes, they've had to do a lot of defending, but he will not be pleased with this.
It's another mistake. It's another error, and this time it's the former Leeds star Liam Sutcliffe. Well, error, penalty, error. Some great defence, as Kevin mentioned, from young Connor Carr, who made his debut for Huddersfield just a week ago against Catalan. But they're just the gifts that keep on giving.
Yeah, you wouldn't say it was unforced. Jake Connor's all over him there, but he has to be better. A very good senior player, an ex-Leeds Rhino player. Obviously, Liam Sutcliffe. And now, 4 on 3 on this right-hand edge. You can see the disgust in Lou Robinson.
Who'd be a coach? Yeah, Sutcliffe 10 years at Headingley, but his error could be costly. Here is Lockie Miller. Across the line he goes, looking for a way through. Wilson makes the tackle. After Huddersfield's bright start, last 4 or 5 minutes dominated by the home side. Jenkins now. O'Connor looking one way, then the other. Go to the right-hand side, and Miller. Connor always dangerous. Inside again for McDonald. So far so good as far as the defence is concerned for Huddersfield, but how long can they hold Leeds out? Gannon going towards the line. Has he managed to get the ball down? Morgan Gannon there reckons he may well have scored. Jack Smith is going to ask the video referee to have a look at this. He says no try. Gannon reckons it may be a try. Well, the video ref is James Vella. He'll make the call.
It's tackle 3, live decision of a no try. We're checking potential grounding. So Gannon's in possession at this point, heading towards the line. On the side of the ball at this stage. So we're going to view all available angles to determine whether he grounds the ball. He's in possession. Ball's up, still up. It's still up at this stage. The ball is still up. Keep rolling it through. And the tackle. Yep. The whistle's then blown by the referee. The tackle is completing goals. I've made my decision.
Wow. I'll tell you what, Gannon thought he'd scored. He was possibly a millimetre or 2 away from scoring. But that is absolutely brilliant defence from the Huddersfield Giants once more.
Well, I'd say it was pretty lucky. I think, you know, on another day he gets that ball down. The sequence of error, penalty, error, and then allowing Gannon to get over the line. You've got to be much better, and you probably get no more warnings from this Rhino side.
Well, they're running the ball now, McDonald looking to continue this try-scoring streak. Last one, and Jake Connor with a kick over the top. That's another good take, this time from Sam Halsall. All the pressure here coming from the Leeds Rhinos, but you've got to give credit to Huddersfield. Somehow they've hung on, somehow it's still 0-0 with 13 minutes gone.
Yeah, and they'll get a massive amount of confidence from defending their own line, but they've got to do it again. It was a beautiful tackle to stop Morgan Gannon, then a great... This isn't going to go 10 though, Piker.
That's gone 10. Bounce of the ball. Well, it went into the arms of Liam Sutcliffe. It was play on, and then Sutcliffe got pushed into touch.
Well, you can look at that look again, can't you? They got a bit of luck, and then it just bounced, but unfortunately, with the grease on the field, he gets slid into touch. And just when they look like they're getting themselves out of a hole, they slide back in it. And again, backs to the wall stuff now for the Clareton goal.
Yeah, McDonald, superb awareness there from McDonald. Now here is Jenkins again on the charge. Incessant pressure now from the Leeds Rhinos as they look to find the first points of the game. Ball goes inside from Frawley. Tom Holroyd right in front of the post. Here is Palacia.
Great defence.
Well read. Great defence, yeah. The props were there. The front row was there. Wilson, Golding and Burgess. O'Connor now spins it left. Miller. That's a great ball inside for Ash Hamley. And still Huddersfield holding firm. Miller. Palacio. O'Connor. Jake Connor gets the ball to Frawley, little dummy. Golding with the tackle. Last one, Miller. Where's the pass? I think it was a forward pass. It was a forward pass. Well spotted, to be fair, by the referee. Palacia thought he was going to go through and score. He'll look forward from here.
Yeah, great call from Jack Smith. He dummies the kick, doesn't he? And then finds a flat ball to Palacia. I think he drops the ball too, but that was unbelievable scramble defence on the left-hand side, the right-hand side, and like you said, the front row really standing up. Burgess, Wilson and Golding all really contributing to the opening 15 minutes, and now they just need to get through this set and make sure they do get to a kick and drag themselves back off the floor.
Burgess goes down.
It looked to me like as he was going down, he took one to the jaw off Jenkins. Real big, tough man, Tom Burgess. Doesn't often stay down.
Well, yeah, absolutely. If Tom Burgess is staying down,
he's referencing
he's
the
been
fact
hurt.
that he's hurt his jaw. I think there could be a little bit of talking to by the referee for Luke Jenkins. I'm sure it was Jenkins who went over the top.
Here we go. Let's see if that's what happened. It's difficult to tell there. Burgess is having a...
Yeah, I think it's difficult to say. He's falling and Jenkins is already committed. I do think he catches him.
I don't think there was too much in that.
No.
0-0. Coming up to 16 minutes gone.
This is going to be a big loss.
Have been hanging on. But Tom Burgess is going to be going off for an HIA head injury assessment. That's a blow for the Huddersfield Giants.
Yeah, he's done a really good stint for the opening 16 minutes or so. And it's important now. Substitute Jack Bibby comes on and continues that fine form from the big man.
Yeah. But the referee, well, the video referee decided that there was nothing in that, so on we go. 0-0 it remains, 16 minutes gone. And Huddersfield have done well. I mean, considering all the pressure they've had to absorb. Here is Tane Milne. One of their big name signings for 2025. Ashton Golding spent 8 years here. Flanagan, that's a good kick. Great kick from young Flanagan. Just splits full-back and winger, and look where Ryan Hall is picking that ball up 15 yards from his own line. Really good chase as well.
Yeah, and that's the difference. Just finding a bit of grass, making Ryan Hall, who's a very, very big winger, turn round and change his momentum. And now the byproduct of that is he lets his front row get stuck in to the opposition over the halfway line this time.
Here is Riley Lamb, 6 tries in 9 games already this season. Palacia just shy of halfway. Yeah, bench of Jack Bibby, Jack Billington, Jacob Algar, Archie Sykes.
Yeah, and that's where they'll really get tested, won't it? The inexperience.
Well, on the last they're running it, McDonald. Ball goes out now to Hall, clips the ball inside. Well, it went to ground. It went to ground. A bit of luck for Leeds.
Again, really difficult for Connor Carr there. He can't move out the way. There's almost a shout for a charge down, but he does try and grab the ball. Yeah, it's a great decision by the referee once again, but real unfortunate on the 5th tackle defensively. Very, very well placed there, Connor Carr.
Great story, you know, Connor Carr. Made his debut last week. Been at Huddersfield since he was 14 years of age. Left the club. And so many youngsters were forced to leave clubs at COVID. And went to work in a chemical factory. But Andy Kelly, director of rugby at Huddersfield, saw something in Carr, brought him back, and here he is playing in the Super League. Taking a while to make a Super League debut. He did it against Catalan. He's playing here today, and he's going to have to join another defensive effort. 18 minutes gone, still waiting for the first points at Headingley. O'Connor and Frawley. Inside it goes for Morgan Gannon. Again, just a couple of yards away from the try line. What can Leeds come up with this time?
Solid defence from Tane Mill once again.
Mill and Bibby, wasn't it? O'Connor again, and Frawley. Miller with the ball inside for Gannon, and there's the tackle, this time from Jake Bibby. Hanley at dummy half. Frawley goes right across the field, not back towards Ryan Hall. Hall looking for a way through. Hall looking to use his power. Finds the ball inside, and that could well be a Leeds try. And it's Tom Holroyd. The referee's saying no try. He's going to double check this just to see whether there may have been a double movement. Holroyd it was. It was Hall who was barging through. The video ref has another call.
If it goes on to that.
Tackle 5, live decision of no try. We'll firstly check the onside, offside. So pausing on the boot, we can see that kick chases to the right are onside. Roll it now through to the contest. Close up on the contest. Ball's knocked back by Connor. So we're still on tackle 5 at this stage. So playing on from this point. We can see that Hall begins to run behind his own player. We can see Connor is standing in front of him. So we're viewing potential obstruction here. So just evaluating the depth. And as we can see, Greenwood is impeded. So there's insufficient depth at this stage. Hall runs around his own player, and there is a significant level of disadvantage. I've made a decision.
I'll tell you what, that was a great description, wasn't it, from James Vella? It told us exactly what was happening step by step. Greenwood was impeding, obstruction, no try, and it remains 0-0 approaching midway point of the first half. No try again, Leeds denied, but the right call.
Yeah, I think the referees as a group are having a fantastic performance. The Huddersfield Giants will get the penalty now, and they'll surely be able to relieve and actually have some ball in their opposition half. When he went up, I was slightly confused what they were actually looking at. They looked onside, he looked like he got the ball down clean, but that was a great call because it was obstruction. Greenwood was obstructed by Jake Connor,
Line to line.
And they survive once again. We are allowed to praise the refs, aren't we, once again?
I don't think we need to get used to it. He's dropped the ball again, though.
Yeah, well done to the referee, Jack Smith, and the video ref, James Vella. But Luke Robinson, that is an absolute nightmare. How many errors are Huddersfield Giants going to come up with before they concede a try? And there's an injury as well. Playing will be stopped. 20 minutes gone. 0-0.
Yeah, Liam Sutcliffe, he's not had the best start to this game. A couple of drop balls, and now he looks like he's in the wars. Luke Robinson will be praying that he can get up, because like we mentioned a couple of times, so much inexperience on the bench, very good players, but he'll be hoping to put them on later on in the game. And again, they're going to have to defend the line. And at some point, they need to keep hold of this ball, because even if they do manage to keep the scoreboard quite low, the energy that they're going to have to expend to defend the line over and over again will tell the back end of this game.
Well, if you're the Leeds coach, Brad Arthur, are you disappointed so far?
Oh, look, I think they could have been, a couple of tries up for a couple of bounces of the ball, so I think he'd be pretty happy. They're dominating the game, Pikey, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely. But this looks like it's going to be another injury and a head injury assessment. This is a blow. Yeah, it's a blow. Liam Sutcliffe, who 10 years with the Leeds Rhinos. I'm not sure if he got whacked in the head, but he also may well have hurt his...
Yeah, I think it's more his leg. I think it looks like his leg or his groin.
Well, this is a huge blow. When you think the likes of... Let's just have a look and see what happened here. He took the quick tap from the penalty.
Yeah, I understand that. If we see it that way...
Just went awkwardly. Just went down awkwardly, didn't he?
Oh, no, there was a separation of the hips. It looked like he was almost doing the splits on his knees. This is a real unfortunate one. Probably get a better angle. He puts his knees down and it splits him open, almost a wishbone, and he grabs straight away at that groin region. Hopefully it's not too bad for Liam Sutcliffe, but he can join a lengthy list.
It goes from bad to worse. Ebel, Swift, Lollahea, Clune, Rush, Wolford, Murchie, King, Cudjoe, English. The list goes on and on and on. And that would be another big blow for the Huddersfield Giants. But another big opportunity here for the Leeds Rhino. Jenkins it is. Somehow the score remains 0-0. Here is Miller now, and Connor with a short pass. But well run again, and they're claiming it may well have been a knock-on by McDonald's. No, says the referee. On we go. Jake Connor. Room on this left-hand side if they could get the ball out, but they can't. Quick play the ball. Jared O'Connor. Little stick inside for Jake Connor, and he's so close against his former side. Played 100 games for the Giants over 2 spells, Jake Connor. Last one again. This time it's Frawley going to the air, and it's taken well by Halsall, and again Huddersfield survive, and it remains 0-0. And here is Connor Carr once more with a superb run up to halfway. You've got to say, so far they are digging in. They're giving absolutely everything for the cause, aren't they?
And it's imperative now, Pikey, that they just stay down here, camp down here and put some kicks in. Tarnay Milne's gone into the centre. And it's Jack Billington who's come onto the front row.
Good now, Keenan.
Yeah, Billington on. And 2 teenagers left on the bench in Algar and Sykes. Here is Tarnay Milne. First time that they've been inside the Leeds danger area for probably 15 minutes. That's a great ball. And it was well taken. Well, Flanagan involved once more. And here is Flanagan. Chip towards the wing, and that was a knock-on by Lum. It's play on. Bibby puts the kick forward, and has Hansel managed to get the try for Huddersfield. They're celebrating. The Giants think they've scored here at Headingley to open the scoring. The video ref is going to have to make another call. On field, the decision is no try. Huddersfield think they have got the try. And again, James Vella called into action.
Okay, live decision of no try. So initially going to check the onside, offside. So pausing on the boot. See that the kick chasers to the right are onside. So the kick chasers to the right are onside. Rolling it now through. See what happens next. Close up on the contest. Who's this ball come off? Ball touches Lum. It travels forward. So we're on tackle 0 now. Got a pass. Another kick by Huddersfield. Yep. So pausing on the boot again. The chasers need both feet behind the ball at the point of the kick. You can see that Halsall is onside. We're playing on at this point. Now close up on the potential grounding. So does Palacia touch this ball? He appears to miss the ball. And then we have a knock-on by the Huddersfield player. Huddersfield have taken their advantage. I've made my decision.
Well, we've been close to 3 or 4 tries, haven't we, in this game so far? 3 from Leeds, this one from the Huddersfield Giants, but again, the call will come up as no try. Unfortunately for Sam Halsall, he just couldn't ground the ball. And 0-0, somehow again, it remains. 18 minutes for half-time.
Yeah, but they'll be pretty happy with that. Going 100 metres, putting the kick up. Again, looking at Riley Lum, I think they're very unlucky not to score the try, and also because they were so close, they've taken their advantage, so they don't get the ball back as well. So the bad luck continues, Stuart.
Just explain why they don't get the ball back.
Yeah, it's deemed that the advantage has been taken, and you've got to agree there's a real chance of them scoring the try. If there's a pass and a kick and they take an advantage, then it doesn't go back to the previous error.
So that is why after 23 minutes it remains 0-0. Word from the touchline, by the way, not good as far as Huddersfield are concerned. Liam Sutcliffe carried straight to the dressing room. It looks like an ankle injury, but what we can say that he was in a considerable amount of pain. As far as Tom Burgess is concerned, he has passed his head injury assessment test and he will return. 0-0, Huddersfield bottom of Super League. They've lost all 7, but they are putting up a valiant show here against the Leeds Rhinos. Jake Connor with a high hanging kick, and again well taken by young Aidan McGowan on his own try line, but this is some effort from the Giants.
Oh, it's a big hit from Jared O'Connor. Was it a shoulder charge?
Wow.
The referee says it isn't.
The gantry shuddered. Big hit from the Leeds hooker. O'Connor, by the way, playing his 100th Super League game. Not bad, still only 23 years of age. Here is Tane Milne. Another big hit, this time from Cooper Jenkins.
Tane, I'm not listening to you all day, mate.
Flanagan it is. Well, it was the right idea, but the wrong execution, and well picked up by the dangerous Lockie Miller. He does add something to this Leeds attack, and that there's no doubt. Of course, he missed the first month of the season through injury and came back and played a big part, didn't he, when Leeds had that fantastic win here against Wigan.
Yeah, and I think he's a big reason why Jake Connor's just slotted into this side fabulously well. He started his Leeds career at fullback, but now he's a real controlling half. His kicking game especially on that right-hand side, creating opportunities for his teammates.
Palacia it is. Here is O'Connor again at dummy half, and Frawley. Little short pass looking for Morgan Gannon. Last tackle. Can Huddersfield survive once more? Frawley, left-footed, will again hoist that kick towards the corner. It wasn't the best of kicks. An easy take for Connor Carr, and the Huddersfield Giants defence has been outstanding. Little tap pass for his fellow winger Sam Halsall. And away come Huddersfield once more. 7 tackle set for the Giants, of course. Tane Milne, who's been busy with the ball, the former South Sydney star from the NRL. Interesting, isn't it, when Brodie Croft is fit, what they'll do with the halves and what they'll do with Lockie Miller. It's going to be a good conundrum for Brad Arthur to have.
Yeah, well, he'll be slotting straight back in the side, I'm sure, because at the moment, this Leeds Rhinos attack just not firing, and the kicking game as well. I think the back three for the Giants have been fantastic, not only defensively, but whenever they've been tested early too, they've come down with the ball more often than not.
Jack Billington, the 20 years of age, what an experience for him. Back it goes to Flanagan. Thinks the little kick downfield, well read again by Miller for the Leeds Rhinos. 14 minutes to half-time. Incredibly, still Leeds 0, Huddersfield 0, and Tom Burgess is back on the field for the Giants.
Yeah, that's a massive plus for the Giants. He's passed his HIA. He's really starting this game in fine form. That's a huge run by Palace.
It's Lasoni, isn't it? Big Sam Lasoni on from the bench.
That's a great kick.
Great kick downfield. There's no one at home. It's just going to have a little bit too much on it. It looked good when it left the boot, but too strong. And the Giants will get the ball back. Just adds something, doesn't he?
An absolute
X-factor from the bench.
Lasoni.
There he is.
Good luck, Ashton Goldie.
Sam Lasoni. Well, you look at people like Parsi at St Helens and Chris Satay or Pangai Jr. at the Catalan Dragons. Got 2 games live on Sky Sports Plus on Saturday. First of all, we've got, well, it's a knock-on, given against Flanagan. Another mistake from the Huddersfield Giants. Lee against Warrington at lunchtime. Catalan against Salford at tea time.
Well, it was a poor pass, wasn't it, by Gagai to his partner. George Flanagan drops the ball, and again, if it was a boxing analogy, they're on the ropes, aren't they, the Giants?
Yeah.
They're taking a pounding, and at some point, I'm sure this Leeds Rhino side will put some pattern of play together and take some points. There's only so long you can rely on your defence to scramble and to keep them out.
If you're going to continue giving the opposition the ball through errors, at some stage you are going to pay the price. Here come Leeds once more for all the pressure, all the possession, and now they've got a penalty. And Flanagan there is saying, but he's actually asking Burgess whether he should go for the captain challenge. And Tom Burgess quickly saying, no, thank you.
Yeah, back to the wall once again. I think it was a strip. That's the right call from Burgess, just to get on with it.
Palacia, 8 yards away from the try line. Lay off for Lasoni on the charge.
He's done well there, Aston Golding.
Yeah. Wilson in there as well with Billington. Little short pass this time for Palacia. And again on that line, the goal line defence has been exceptional from the Huddersfield Giants. But you feel it's only a matter of time before Leeds find that try. Frawley going on his own, and again just shy of the try line. Right on the line, McGowan it was with the tackle. Last one again. Here is Connor, puts a little kick over the top. Carr comes down, takes it really well, the young man, Connor Carr, under pressure from Ryan Hall. He must have felt Hall charging through. And again they survive. Half an hour gone. And this has been a monumental defensive effort from the Huddersfield Giants.
You asked me before about what Brad Arthur would be thinking. I think he's getting a bit frustrated, like the rest of the Leeds fans. So much possession, so much territory, but they're just not doing much with it at the moment. They're just trying to fall over the line. Some of the handling hasn't just been where it needs to be. Their execution needs to be much better in the next 50 minutes if they want to get anything out of this game, because Huddersfield have shown that they are a dangerous side.
Flanagan kicking from deep, off the side of his boot, but that's okay. It finds touch. Leeds will get the ball back midway inside their own half of the field. I think one thing's for sure that Brad Arthur will be disappointed with is that the lack of imagination on the last tackle plays.
Yeah, if it's not for Jake Connor, they almost look void of ideas. When the ball goes to the right-hand side to Jake, it looks very dangerous. And I think Matt Frawley needs to link up more, and Lockie Miller needs to link up more on that side, because every time they go over there, Connor and McDonald look very likely to get through this line.
Well, Bentley's on. And this is a great opportunity. Newman inside for Miller. Miller's got the pace. Brilliant sidestep, brilliant shimmy, and a brilliant try from Lockie Miller. When it had been coming, the defensive wall finally creaks and finally falls, but Lockie Miller with an absolutely sensational try, and Leeds, it's taken them 31 minutes, finally get the first try. Lockie Miller with a cracker.
And it came from a dubious offload. It was the substitute, James Bentley, who found the offload, and then Harry Newman, he just bounces off his right foot and finds the ball that pierces the defence. We see again the offload there, it takes them by surprise, looked a little bit forward, but that is quality. We mentioned execution. Harry Newman and Lockie Miller combined really, really well, and you've got to say that's been more than coming. Lockie Miller under the post, and he's going to convert his own try.
It's taken them 31 minutes, but it's taken them a little bit of magic. When we talked about the threat, haven't we, of Lockie Miller? Only a couple of moments ago, you were talking about Lockie Miller needing to come into the line more and demand the ball more, and that's exactly what he's done.
So dangerous when he gets his hands on the ball. Different type of fullback, more of a runner.
So Miller to add the extras to his own try. And it is 6-0, and a big moment here incoming at Headingley. Callum Watkins about to come onto the field for his second debut, 17 years to the day after his first. The 18th of April 2008, Watkins made his Leeds debut against the Crusaders. He scored a try, and here he is a couple of weeks after rejoining the Leeds, where he's had so much success and won so much in his career. Salford forced to sell Watkins because of their ongoing financial problems, and here he is back in a Leeds jersey.
Yeah, and I wondered where he'd line up today, Stuart, because there is a lot of back row talent on that field, but he's on at loose forward at the moment. He's gone on for Palacia, and he's lining up in the middle of the field where he doesn't usually play, but I'm sure someone of his ability, as we see him carry the first ball, will make a real good fist of it.
A bit more purpose now about the Leeds Rhinos. A Connor brought down was Callum Watkins, one of many players who've been forced to leave the Salford Red Devils because of their catastrophic financial situation. Chesting kick for young Connor Carr, but takes it well. 6-0 it is, 4 minutes to go to half-time, and you'll be well aware of the financial problems that are blighting Salford at the moment, but players like Watkins and Sneed and Singleton, Lafayette, McDonald have gone back. You can't blame them, and you feel there's more to come. Salford live on Sky Sports on Saturday tea time. It's a 6 o'clock kickoff against the Catalan Dragons in Perpignan. It'll be interesting to see what side they're able to put out. It'd be interesting to see whether Huddersfield could come up with some points as well before half-time. 6-0 it is. Wilson on the charge.
Yeah, much better set this from the Giants. Nice and direct through the middle of the field. They'll want a good kick now from Flanagan. And it's going to be a competition. That's not a bad kick at all.
Well, they're all going for it. The ball goes forward, says the referee. It was Bibby who tried to knock the ball back. So 6-0 it is. Leeds in front, and we have 5 minutes to half-time.
Yeah, so far we've not really seen much of Jacob Gagai, the 6. George Flanagan, a very young half-back, and he's controlling everything at the minute. I just think he needs a little bit of help from his half-back partner. They've done an awful amount of defensive work, which has taken their energy. So you can give him a little bit of a leeway for not having much shape, but if they want to penetrate this Leeds side, they need to start coming up with some more questions.
Miller again coming into the line, making himself busy. Here is Callum Watkins now, and Jake Connor fakes a pass, eventually gets it out to Newman, cuts inside. Brilliant play from the England centre. They can double their lead before half-time. You would already feel it's a long way back for Huddersfield. Frawley and Miller now with a short pass out for Ash Hanley. Back it goes inside, picked up on the bounce again by Lockie Miller. Elusive as always. Long pass out, picked up by Greenwood. Huddersfield have it back, but it may well.
Yeah, it was Tom Burgess.
Huddersfield have Tom Burgess, yes.
Yeah, scramble defence there. It looked like Lockie Miller was going to get the second of the day. Now there's more problems down for the Huddersfield Giants. George Flanagan getting running repairs. They'll really be hoping that he can stay out there. Already lost Liam Sutcliffe.
Yeah, so fortune favouring Leeds there. Flanagan is shining like 20 years of age. Only his 8th game for the Giants, but a big start for sure in the future. Here is Miller again, much more involved, and Ryan Hall with a short pass out for Lissoni. Crucial moments in this game. 3 minutes to go to half-time. O'Connor finds Watkins a couple of yards away from the Giants' try line. Frawley, Miller with the pass, and it was too quick, wasn't it? And a bit of afters there between Milne and Harry Newman, but again Huddersfield survived. They brave in defence, haven't they, the Huddersfield Giants?
Oh, they've been fantastic.
6-0 to Leeds.
Yeah, and once again, just sloppy play. He was trying to look for Harry Newman, who's been a real shining star in this opening half. Takes exception to Tane Milne. Youngster Archie Sykes has entered the field and he's playing in the left-back role now. And defensively, he was pretty solid there too.
What a moment. Yeah, what a moment for young Archie Sykes, 18 years of age. Along with Jacob Algar also on the bench, both signing their first professional contracts for Huddersfield only this week.
Yeah, once again, looking at the outside backs to just do a little bit of work, take some pressure off this forward pack. Oliver Wilson and Tom Burgess done huge spells. Obviously Burgess went off with a head injury assessment. We've got through a mountain of work, Stuart, in this opening 38 minutes, sorry.
Yeah, Wilson and Burgess have been key, haven't they? In fact, the whole front row. Golding as well. Half break from Sam Hewitt. Last one, still inside their own half of the field. Flanagan under pressure. Well, that's good thinking by the young man. He was under pressure there, wasn't he? But did really well. Just takes a bit of fizz out of the game with a minute to go to half-time. Waste some precious seconds as well. Leeds will have one more crack at it, leading 6-0.
Yeah, he wanted a little bit more distance, sorry. But, yeah, the touchline was his friend on that occasion. And it's important now that they do get to half-time without conceding any more points. And I think there's small wins there. And Luke Robinson will definitely be buoyed by the fact that they've not really been down there. And when they have, they've looked very dangerous.
Well, they had a back-to-back sets, didn't they, in the opening 5 minutes on the Leeds line. Apart from that one opportunity, Household's effort ruled out by the video referee. But apart from that, we've all been looking to our left-hand side in this first half. Last 30 seconds of the half. That's a great ball from Frawley. Gannon now, back inside it goes. Good defence by Greenwood to bring Frawley down. Last tackle. This is a big moment in this game. Right on the stroke of half-time. Miller finds Hall. Hall kicks the ball downfield. And again, Huddersfield survive at 6-0, approaching the last 10 seconds of this first half. I'll tell you what, this has been a fantastic effort under pressure for virtually the whole of the first half from the Huddersfield Giants. The half-time hooter goes. Huddersfield must be buoyed by their achievements in that first 40 minutes. Just the one try scored by Lockie Miller for Leeds.
Yeah, absolutely dominated in every facet of the game, apart from the scoreboard. You know, just a solitary try for Lockie Miller. There's been so many occasions where they've looked like they're going to score tries and they've either been held up or the final pass just hasn't been where it needed to be execution-wise.
So there we go. Huddersfield somehow still in this. Leeds with the one try, leading 6-0 at Headingley at half-time.
You can enjoy every single game live right here on Sky Sports.
And
that's a great shot there.
great tackle!
This is getting fiery now. Magic Mikey strikes again.
Individual brilliance from a special player in Bevan French.
Strap yourselves in.
It's going to be a blockbuster. Rugby league, truly the greatest sport on the planet.
Easter weekend, Rivals Round, live on Sky Sports, and two big games on Easter Saturday. Leeds taking on Warrington. We're on air just before 1:30, and then the Catalan Dragons against the troubled Salford Red Devils. 6 o'clock kickoff in the south of France. We're on air at 5 to 6. Both games, of course, on Sky Sports Plus. Well, it's been an intriguing first 40 minutes. Wasteful, I think, is the right way to describe Leeds Rhinos' performance, but in defence anyway, heroic from the Huddersfield Giants. Just the one try scored by Lockie Miller. The video referee has been forced to intervene on 3 or 4 occasions to deny tries. All of them correct decisions, of course. But Leeds 6-0 to the good at half-time, and they'll feel it should have been, it could have been better, but credit to the Huddersfield Giants for the way that they defended.
Yeah, I think if Luke Robinson expected to get anything out of this game, it was going to be a performance loaded with guts and determination and scramble defence, and we've had that in absolute bucket loads. What the Giants need to do now is have a little bit more with the ball, produce a little bit more question marks, and for Brad Harper, I'm sure he's not too concerned at the moment. I think he will have lots to say about their attack. You know, they've gifted so much possession and points and left so many points out there, and if they want to do anything this season, I think they've got to be much more clinical. The try, this was clinical. James Bentley, it was great defence from the Giants to force him backwards, but then they didn't wrap the ball up, and the man who got the ball there, Harry Newman, who's been sensational, finds one of the fastest, most dangerous ball running fullbacks in the competition. He goes round a very good defender in Aidan McGowan. We've seen some try-saving tackles from him. We get a better angle of this. It's a lovely offload to Newman. And every time Newman has got the ball in this first half, it's looked like it's been sped up. And Lockie Miller puts the foot down, celebrates in fine fashion too. But that was as much as we've seen. We get a better angle of this. A bit later on in the game, Newman did that once again, but it was good scramble defence. And even with the scramble, it just couldn't quite keep Lockie Miller out. And that was a solitary try in the first half. I'm sure there'll be much, much more to talk about in this second half, because defences, no doubt, will be quite fatigued from that opening 40 minutes.
Well, look at that. Huge percentages dominating possession for Leeds. Metres gained, and the errors of coming back to haunt Huddersfield. 8 mistakes in that first half, and they've only conceded 6 points. Leeds just haven't cashed in, have they?
Yeah, when you're that bad with the ball, and it's not just where the errors or the amount of errors, it's been where the errors have been, Stuart. A lot of them in their own 20 and 30 metres after absorbing a lot of defence, and then they turn it over again and again and again. And energy-wise, I'm sure they're sat in there now, especially the front rowers, really feeling the pinch of that opening 40 minutes. But what they have got is a very committed group of men, and Luke Robinson, I'm sure he'll be saying, that's job one done. If we can fix up with the ball a little bit and give ourselves a chance, you've shown you can defend, you've shown you've got guts and resilience, and you show you care about your club. Well, let's have a go with the ball now and give ourselves an opportunity of coming away from Headingley Stadium with a wonderful 2 points.
Well, it would be one of the big shocks of the season so far if Huddersfield managed to win here. 7 defeats out of 7, bottom of the Super League table. Leeds looking for a win which will move them back level with St Helens in 4th place in the table. Only 1 try. How many more are we going to get in the second half? We shall see. Leeds in front by 6 points to 0. The second half is coming up.
December, he'll do it himself, the big man. This is
Yeah, the countdown is on. Just a fortnight to go to the Magic Weekend at St James's Park. Always a fabulous highlight of the Super League season. Those 3 games on the Saturday. We kick off at 2:30 with Lee against Catalan. Hull KR, the leaders, taking on Salford. We've got a big game to round off day 1. Saints against Leeds. All those games on Sky Sports Action. And just as good on Sunday, the Huddersfield Giants against Hull FC at 12:30. And look at that, Wigan against Warrington, the middle game. Big derby game at 3 o'clock, and another big derby. Cass taking on Wakefield at 5:15. And again, all the games, day 2 of Magic on Sky Sports Action. Looking forward to that. Should be a cracking weekend, and we're hoping it'll be a cracking second half. The teams coming out. Leeds in front by 6 points to 0. That solitary try by Lockie Miller, who also added the extras. But I guess one of the big questions to be answered in the second half is just how much it's taken out of the Huddersfield tank. Brad Arthur, no doubt, will have had words with his troops during half-time to try and get their faltering attack going. I just wonder what Huddersfield have got left.
Yeah, there's still a massive amount of talent on that field. I think Jacob Gagai needs to get his hands on the ball. Feed Tane Mill on this left edge for them. And for Leeds, you know, Jared O'Connor, I think he's been sensational defensively. To start being a little bit more creative around the ruck and take them on too. Because if he can do that, he's deadly with carrying the ball too.
So we're underway in the second half. The first charge comes from Tom Burgess. He's been immense, to be fair, as we alluded to in the first half. The front row of the Huddersfield Giants, Burgess, Wilson and Golding, have been absolutely outstanding. Golding it is at dummy half, and here is Ollie Wilson looking to get the offload out, but in the end deciding to hang on to the ball. Golding going on his own, Ashton Golding, and a great spell here. Of course, Leeds, his hometown club, but he's put in a stellar display today. Flanagan kick charge down, and we'll get it away again. That's a good kick under pressure, under the circumstances, but picked up by Miller. The only try scorer in the first half will try and set Leeds rolling again in the second.
Yeah, it was a nice little plan there from the Giants to kick early on the fourth and to get it behind. Unfortunately, hit the big front rower, Sam Lasone, and then it turned into a bit of a rush kick. And now the Leeds Rhinos are just about to go over the halfway line with Ryan Hall. So again, it started in the first set. A continuation, Stuart, of the first half pounding by the Rhinos.
Here is Callum Watkins. What a day it is for him. Even someone so decorated and so experienced will still get a buzz out of today, making his second debut for Leeds. Here is the impressive Jared O'Connor. Frawley on the last. Halsall will go up for it. He may well have knocked on there. That could be play on. And then Leeds put the ball down, and it is play on. A bit of fortune there for the Huddersfield Giants. And on we go. 6-0 it is.
Yeah, another player who I think really stood up in that opening stanza there. Connor Carr. He's been fantastic. He's taken everything and he's done a lot of work too. Now the young man, Archie Sykes, on debut, carried the ball. And this is better, all the backs getting involved, just helping Big Burgess and Wilson out.
Yeah. And a penalty given away by Callum Watkins. It's a relieving penalty as well for the Huddersfield Giants, and that's for sure. 6-0 it is. And Flanagan will try and find some decent field position for the Giants.
Yeah, and apart from once or twice before, he fights well there, doesn't he, Tarnay Mill? And this is a rare break in the play. They get a chance now to throw their own shapes at them, and they will be fresh from the break.
But they will get opportunities. How many? We're going to have to wait and see, but there will be chances for Huddersfield in the second half. Greenwood in as he's brought down, midway inside that Leeds half. Gagai gets the ball out to young Archie Sykes on debut, and the ball has gone down. And unfortunate for the young man, the teenager, losing the ball. So having got themselves in a good position.
Yeah, it was a great hit by Jake Connor underneath the ball. Gagai, it's a bit of a hospital pass to the youngster. That's not what you want in the rain. The rain is still coming down. It's very greasy here at AMT Headingley Stadium.
Do you remember your debut?
It's that long ago, I don't know. It's I think it was 22 years ago to the day.
There you go.
Ball's out.
Many say you retired 5 years too late.
Many say 10.
Just a great feeling that must for Sykes and for young Jacob Argyle when he comes onto the field. Just
yeah, there's nowhere better you'd rather play, is there?
That's what you play for.
Yeah, play the academy. They've come through the ranks, and you know, albeit in difficult circumstances, but so far they've really stood up. The offload is given.
Yeah, it was Bentley, went backwards, says the referee, picked up by the dangerous Miller once more. And he's preparing to chance their arm a bit more here. Ash Handley.
This is where they look really dangerous, when they get that offload in that second phase. They almost go on a bit of a frenzy then.
Charge from Lastoni.
For George off the ball!
Always making good yardage, Sam Lastoni. Inside for Callum Watkins, and it was written in the script that Watkins, on his second debut for Leeds, scores a try, as he did on his first debut 17 years ago to the very day. Big smiles for Callum Watkins, and a big moment for Callum Watkins, and a big moment in this game.
And it's like he's never been aware. The short ball, Bentley, again, the creator. And once Watkins get through on this piece of grass, he's done that time and time again. He gets through and he goes off his right foot. Aidan McGowan and Ashton Goulding in vain try and keep him out. And could that be the try that opened the floodgates? He goes through the line, and that's the biggest cheer of the day. Callum Watkins, one of their own, a superstar in these colours previously, and he's back on his second debut.
Yeah, what a moment for him, what a moment for Leeds. As I mentioned, it could be a key moment in this match. There were 2 or 3 clubs interested in taking Callum Watkins from Salford. He opted to come back to his original home and the Leeds Rhinos, and Miller here to make it 12-0. And yeah, it was tired defence at the end, wasn't it, there from the Giants. Easy kick for Miller. 12-0 it is. 6 minutes gone in the second half.
Yeah, and Callum Watkins playing in the middle of the field. That's what he gives you. He gives you leg speed. He's still really, really athletic. You see how he punches and changes his tempo, changes his line, but then has the ability to do it all on his own and go around. Not only are they getting a fantastic athlete in the middle of the field now, they get a great leader, and that's one of the things anyone who's been around Callum Watkins will tell you. One of the finest men in the game and one of the best pros to go with it.
It's a great pickup for Leeds. It really is, and he's going to make a huge difference for the rest of the season. Leeds certainly feeling in 2025 that they have a team to challenge.
Yeah, when you drop them players back in, there's Cam Smith, there's Ackers, there's Croft, there's Oledzki. So much strength in depth. You know, you really think that this could be the year that they get back up there and start challenging. So far today and last week, very similar. Bit of a slow start, but defensively very, very strong. And I'm sure that they're going to ask a few more questions now.
He was nearly through, wasn't he? A rare error. There hasn't been too many, you have to say, from Leeds during this game. But 12-0 they lead.
Yeah, and Huddersfield
48 minutes gone.
They just need to make sure that they ask a few now themselves. They're in a great area. Morgan Gannon just couldn't catch that ball. I think it was forward anyway.
Anyway, yeah, from Lasoni.
But from the scrum, you just want to see Gagai and Flanagan combine, put some pattern of play together before it's too late.
Well, they're looking for a third consecutive home win. Leeds lost their opening home game to Wakefield, have beaten Castleford, that fabulous win over Wigan. Huddersfield, who have lost all 7. Would you believe they lost all 7 in 2007, their first 7 games of the season, and they still managed to reach the playoffs?
Yeah, I think I played in that season. I might have got injured after 7 games.
Yeah, probably. But Huddersfield have a chance now as Flanagan finds McGowan and the ball goes down from Bibby. Well, even when they do get themselves into a decent opportunity, the pass was forced, and you have to say Jake Bibby didn't really have a chance.
Yeah, I think he may have got the ball back here though, Stuart.
Did it come off a Leeds hand? It did. Well, there you go.
Yeah, it was Riley Lum who came in and shut the player down, and he needed to.
Well, let's just get confirmation. The pass from McGowan, it just came off the left hand, didn't it, of Riley Lum. So
it's a fantastic opportunity now. Set up well on the right-hand side with Flanagan and 3 other of his teammates.
And here is Flanagan now, and Bibby. It's like and repeat, wasn't it? Hanley with the tackle. Flanagan once more. Will eventually get up and play the ball. The debutant Algar. Big moment for him. Is it going to be a crucial one for Huddersfield too? Little kick through and it didn't work out. It was well held there by Harry Newman.
And it was only on the second tackle.
Yeah, from Jacob Algar. They went for it, they chanced their arm.
Yeah, you've got to ask questions, but on the second tackle, you've really got to execute because it's so risky. It's one of the first times they've actually had so much possession within the 20-metre line and turned it over without really challenging.
So Algar there with the tackle along with Joe Greenwood. So both 18-year-olds Algar and Sykes have made their debuts for the Giants today. But with 10 minutes gone in the second half, Leeds at 12-0. Look to be in control. Big hit on Burgess. My, that was a big hit on Bentley.
He does well to get back on his feet there. That's a big kick too.
Yeah, Connor with the kick downfield and well taken by Aidan McGowan.
Yeah, and that's the end of Tom Burgess's spell in the second half.
He goes out in style.
Oh, look.
Yeah, Bentley just got up though, dusted himself down and got on with it. Here at Tane Mill once more for the Huddersfield Giants.
There's a chance now for Goulding as he picks the offload up.
Ashton Golding.
Held, release.
He had to get a break. Here is Gagai now at dummy half. It's Jack Bibby.
Move now! Stay with us, Carlos.
And this is where, if Luke Robinson had Clune and Lola here, they'd be pulling the strings.
Yeah. I mean, they're missing their spine, aren't they? The complete spine. No Clune, no Lola here. Wolford's injured as well.
Yeah, and any team in the competition who misses the whole spine will really struggle attack-wise.
Flanagan, testing one for the Lum. Watches it, takes it well. 12 minutes gone in the second half, and Leeds in front by 12 points to 0.
Yeah, and you get the feeling that Luke Robinson's team, if they are going to pour some points, it will have a kick to have it involved. Or whether it's over to Halsall or over to Connor Carr, that looks like the most threatening weapon they've got, as Lockie Miller nearly breaks through.
Play on, says the referee. It's all a bit of a mess, but play on we do with Ryan Hall. Astonishing stats. I was having a look back. Ryan Hall, 37 he is. This is the 503rd appearance of Ryan Hall's career, and he wins a repeat set, 6 again.
And always performs well, doesn't he? Out of all them 500 and odd games, you wouldn't find too many bad games in there.
Watkins proving his worth once more. My, how good has Callum Watkins been since he came onto the field. Frawley now, the space on that left-hand side. Hanley finds Lum.
Great defence again over there on the right-hand side. Sam Halsall and Jake Bibby shutting it down.
Frawley again. Cooper Jenkins. Still a couple of tackles left in this set. Jake Connor, little short pass there looking for Newman. Newman runs into Gagai and to Tane Mill. This is the last one. And Jake Connor, that's a good kick. It's a high teasing kick, and well, it was taken. What a catch that was by Ash Hanley. Absolutely brilliant score from the Leeds captain, thoroughly deserved, great skill. It was a teasing kick from Jake Connor, but how about that from Hanley? And at 16-0, that might just be the game. Cracking try from the Leeds captain.
Yeah, and I think Brad Harvard deserves a massive amount of credit for shifting him from the wing into the centre. So dangerous with ball in hand, and the combination, Connor just puts it, he floats it up into an area that almost looks impossible for him to get with one hand. But he's a very tall player with that long wingspan, gets up above George Flanagan, bobbles and gets it down. What a finish that was. I said previously that if they are going to score a try, the Giants will be from a kick. Well, it's the Leeds Rhinos who use that tactic and weapon, and why not when you've got players like Ash Hanley in your team who can get up there and do it with one hand.
Well, with 55 minutes on the clock, it was already a long way back for the Huddersfield Giants. It's now a long way back for the team bottom in Super League.
Well, you get the sense now, don't you, from this Leeds crowd that they're expecting more and more points. And I know when Callum Watkins was previously here, when Leeds did get you in this position, they often put the foot on the throat and had a party along with it. And Rob Burrow and Danny Maguire and his teammates all made you look silly. And I'm sure this Leeds team now, they've just had a bit of a debrief. They're saying, let's go on with this.
Got to be ruthless.
The hard work. Yeah, you've got to be ruthless, and we've got to pour some points, and that's what they did last week against Salford, and that's what I expect, Stuart, in the last 25 minutes of this game.
Miller makes it 3 out of 3 with the boot. 18 points to 0 it is, and Leeds are just winding up, aren't they?
Yeah, and again, Jake Connor, he's just been an absolute thorn in the side all day with his kicking, his passing and his running game. And once again, just the variety of kicks he's put in. He's put it behind them, he's put it on top of them. And that time, the benefactor was Ash Hanley, the captain of the club.
Well, Huddersfield's worst ever start to a Super League season came in 2001. They lost their opening 15 games. No surprise that they were they were relegated. The last time they went 8 games without a win was 7 years ago, but it's going to be 8 consecutive defeats at the start of the season for Huddersfield. Leeds coming again with Hanley. Yeah, but you mentioned you get Hanley involved and Newman involved and Miller involved more, and this is what's happening. Frawley brought down just inside the Huddersfield half of the field.
They just look energised now, don't they? The fans are energised, the crowd are into this now, and the players are all on the front foot. Jared O'Connor's got a huge amount of time on the ball, and he's picking the perfect pass each and every time.
And O'Connor again with a teasing kick, and well, I think that must be a penalty. I think Harry Newman knew it was a penalty before the referee even
just because you put your arms out,
yes.
but you still took his legs, so he did his best, and he was trying to judge it, but you see here, sticks his arms out, but still takes Aidan McGowan's legs from underneath him. It was a towering kick from Connor, but they'll enjoy this now. They'll enjoy the penalty, the relieving penalty, because it looked like for a moment that the Rhinos were going to go in again.
$18-0. Still plenty of time left in this game. But it looks for the moment as if the Leeds Rhinos are going to go up to 5th in the Super League table. Level on points, on 10 points with St Helens and above Lee. Lee against Warrington. Saturday afternoon on Sky Sports Plus. Here is Bibby, Jack Bibby that is. Any points in the Huddersfield Giants this Easter weekend? We shall see. 18-0 Leeds in front, total control, but I have to say it's been a mighty effort. And a day to remember for that young man as well, Archie Sykes on debut. Whatever happens in this game, Sykes and Jacob Algar
stood up, haven't they?
Will never forget Good Friday 2025. Here's somebody else who's stood up. Tom Burgess has put in a mighty effort. Last tackle, but they're only just inside the Leeds half. Under pressure from Bentley. Flanagan gets the kick away. That was well taken over his shoulder by young Riley Lamb. And evades a couple of tackles as well before eventually being brought down by Jake Bibby.
And that's the danger. So much defending. The chase was still there. Their energy and effort still there. But they're just starting to fall off the tackles. The speed of the play of the ball is just increasing and increasing as again Ryan Hall bounces through and finds his front. It's a real dangerous period now for Claret and Gold.
Newman with the offload. McDonald, 4 tries last week, no tries today so far. Here is Jake Connor. That's a lovely pass. Read it superbly as well. Jenkins just shy of halfway. Last one. The other influential Connor. That came off the side of his boot. Still manages to catch it. What a tackle there by Milne and picked up by Gagai. Jake Connor there was the master of his own downfall.
That was the biggest chip and chase I've ever seen. He stood still, and Tane Milne absolutely took exception and gave him everything. What a hit.
Comacar with the run. Here is Bibby now. Jack Bibby. Chance maybe for the Giants to put some points on the board. Flanagan. As close as they've been in this second half. It was Hewitt who was tackled. Golding again. Burgess. Has been a big effort, hasn't it? 32-year-old Tom Burgess. That was a poor pass, but it hit the boot of McGowan. McGowan got an opportunity. He was trying to offload the ball. Gagai was in support, picked up by the elusive Miller, and Leeds looking to go from one end to the other.
Well, it looked like he was going to go through the Aidan McGowan, and then the opposite number picks the ball up, and it looked like he was going to go the length. But again, great scramble defence as Matt Frawley just looks to calm it down and take the tackle in the middle of the field.
Hour gone, 18 points to nil. Leeds in front here at Headingley.
2 off that ball, Sam! Go 2, good response, Sam, well done!
Morgan Gammon speculation, a lot of speculation today, you know, that he will be going to play in the NRL next year for the New Zealand Warriors. But keep you posted on that. But here is McDonald, burst through, ball inside, back to McDonald. McDonald, what a pass! What a try from Leeds! Jake Connor gets his reward. But what a superb, sensational piece of play. And what a pass that was from James McDonald.
Sensational.
It was a no-look pass, absolutely brilliant. And Connor rounds it off. The try of the game so far. And Jake Connor makes it 22-0.
And that's what you love about rugby league. I thought he passed the ball too early once he got into the backfield. And then once McDonald passed the ball, it was his halfback partner, Jake Connor, supporting, but it came back via James Bentley, the substitute. This is the earlier kick when he gets absolutely steamrolled. That will not feel good, but the try will, and it was a no-look pass from Connor first. He looks, and then it's a great run and determination. He passes the ball really early, and it looked like he was going to score himself, but wow, out of the back door. And the combination on this right edge, once again, really threatening. Callum Watkins to Connor, Connor to McDonald, McDonald to Bentley, Bentley back, and then out the back door. Sensational stuff from the Rhinos. And this is what you expect from the Rhinos. Now they are being clinical, and now they are being ruthless. And this is going to be a real tough, difficult 18 minutes for Luke Robinson's side.
You won't see many better tries over the Easter period than that, that's for sure. Miller adds the extras, and it is 24 points to 0. Leeds now totally control. All smiles for Jake Connor, who's having the time of his life here since his move from Huddersfield to Leeds.
Yeah, and slotted in there, Callum Watkins in the middle of the field. That little pass there, a flick pass by McDonald. He showed his class last week with 4 tries and a player of the match performance, and he shows another exceptional bit of skill to open up a defensive side. Out the back door, sensational.
Wonderful, wonderful to watch. Yeah, going to be a difficult 17 minutes, isn't it, for the Huddersfield Giants? It looks as if that first half just sapped all the energy out of the Huddersfield side.
Yeah, really liking what Callum Watkins is doing, mixing his play up, really playing that ball-playing 13 role. And just to make things worse, young Jack Sinfield comes onto the field for the Giants. I thought he was terrific last week when he came on at hooker.
Oh, brilliant offload. Miller's got support. Oh, it was McGowan with the try-saver. Initially, the break was from Newman. Leeds get it back with Bentley. And they are really putting on the style here as Miller, who has got better and better with ball in hand. Here is Ash Handley once more. McGowan with the knockdown, saving a certain try, but for how long? It's only going to be brief respite. Watkins, who has been a big influence.
Yeah,
that may well have been a high tackle.
Right in the face from Jack
Callum
Billington.
Watkins, yeah, Billington, I think he knows that he got that one wrong.
Yeah, what play that was. To the left and then to the right. And Bentley keeps it alive. It's really good to watch. This will be more what Brad Arthur expects from his team.
Jenkins. They turned on the afterburners in the second half. Frawley. Good hands again. Miller for Lum.
That's great
but
defence.
Still the defence is there. Great defence from Huddersfield. The ball, I think it stays in play, does it? Somehow stays in play. Miller gets the offload. Well, they're enjoying it now, the Leeds Rhinos. Here is Jack Sinfield. Runs in to Algar. Frawley now. Little short pass. Bentley gets it out. Hall goes for the corner. But you won't stop Ryan Hall from a couple of yards out. Ryan Hall gets another try. Leeds get another try. And they're running riot in the second half here at Headingley. Somehow they managed to keep the ball in play on that left-hand side. And it comes over to the right-hand side. And Hall with the score.
Yeah, and these Leeds Rhinos fans, they're being taken down memory lane. First of all, it was Callum Watkins, a legend in the blue and yellow, and then it's Ryan Hall. The ball gets to him from some silky passing, and we mentioned how consistent he is. He's right up there at the top of the charts for try scorers. And again, from the inside play, a lovely ball from Newman, and Conor Carr, who's been really good today, just couldn't hold the big man out. Sensational play once again from this Rhino side, and like you said, Stuart, the afterburners are well and truly pressed on full throttle.
Well, Ryan Hall now needs just one try to draw level with the legendary Mick Sullivan in the list of all-time British try scorers. That is the 341st try of Ryan Hall's career.
You wouldn't back against him getting it today, would you?
Yeah, that is some company to be in. But it would only move him equal 19th in the all-time list of try scorers.
He needs to pull his finger out.
Miller hasn't missed with the boot. This one the most difficult off the touchline. Can 28-0 become 30-0? Well, he tried to curve it in, didn't he? Like Rory McIlroy's brilliant shot in the final round at the Masters, curving it round the trees, through the trees, round everybody, but he misses the kick. Leeds, though, are not missing a trick in this second half.
Yeah, really nice, fluent play. A couple of sensation offloads, and then a put down in the corner. The stewards like that one. And you've got to feel really sorry for this Giants side. You don't always get what you deserve in rugby league. The energy and effort they've put in, and they're going to be on another thumping today. 28-0, and you've got to say, Stuart, there's more points in this, you believe?
Yeah. I think for Huddersfield, it's just a case of having to suck it up, isn't it? Take your medicine until those players come back, and hope that the second half of the season is more encouraging and more fulfilling for them. And you would feel that it's just a case now of waiting for those players to come back. But 8 defeats on the spin, and you know, who's to say what's going to come? They've got a big game against Castleford at home, Hull at Magic Weekend, Hull KR away, Saints at home and Lee at home, so it doesn't get any easier.
No, one thing that is a positive and a plus is the amount of exposure a lot of these young players are getting. They'll be much better for it. They'll not feel like it now. In a couple of years' time, I'm sure this club will get the benefits from a real tough patch.
There is Bibby. Yeah, Leeds have put on a show in the second half. Watkins to the fore, Handley to the fore, Jake Connor, of course, always involved. Jake Connor.
And everything's just stuck, hasn't it? In the first half, the execution was just off. This half, everything that they've done, it's just turned into points.
Are there going to be any consolation points for the Huddersfield Giants? Tapped on by McGowan. Milne it was who got the ball out. Here is Gagai. You wanted to see more, didn't you, of Jacob Gagai, ball in hand. Here is Tane Milne now. Bibby once more for the Huddersfield Giants. 11 minutes to go, 28 points to nil, Leeds in front. Last tackle. Flanagan puts the kick forward. Is that a knock on by Jared O'Connor? He's going to say it is. So the Giants are going to get the ball back there. The first mistake that Jared O'Connor's made in the entire game. He's put in a monumentally. Been on for the whole game, hasn't he, O'Connor?
Yeah, just ricocheted off his teammate Matt Frawley. Just didn't have the reaction time to get down and get on that ball. Another teasing kick from Flanagan. He's one player that has tried everything today, hasn't it? Defensively, he's been all over. And attack-wise, he's been at the heart of everything that they've tried to do. Unfortunately, they've just not been able to penetrate this Leeds defence.
What can they do now with Gagai? Leeds 1-0. in the Huddersfield column. Is there going to be any consolation for the Giants? Sam Hewitt brought down, or stopped, 2 yards away from the try line. Golding, and they go the short side. In fact, Burgess again.
Get out there, Ash! Third, stay here.
Put a real stint in, big Tom Burgess.
He has.
Lots of carries.
Flanagan holds the pass out.
Well, he's just been
Bibby,
absolutely
yeah, he may well
level.
have been hit in back play there. This is going to be a penalty.
Sat down for 10 minutes, I'd say, Stuart.
Late hit on George Flanagan.
Yeah, it was Jenkins, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was just late. I don't think it was high. I think that's as much as it needs to be a penalty.
Ashton Golding wants to get on with it. And that is all it's going to be. The right call. It's a penalty.
Oh, good shot.
Big hit by Watkins. Jack Billington's felt that. Here is Gagai now, looking for a way through. Watkins in there again. He's enjoyed every minute of his first game of his second spell. Picked up by Hewitt. Sloppy pass again from Huddersfield. Into the last 9 minutes. Final game of Good Friday. We've seen Hull KR beat Hull FC. We've seen Wigan beat their big rival St Helens. Leeds are going to record a big win here. McGowan, no way through for the Giants fullback.
He felt that one.
He did. Bentley with a big tackle. This is the last one as Flanagan again go to the far side. Well taken by young Lum. Really watch that. He was under pressure. He will be tackled, and it will be a dropout for the Leeds Rhinos. But Riley Lum, remind you, signing a new contract today. Keep him at the club until 2029. Goal line dropout, 8 minutes to go. Leeds in front by 28 points to nil.
Stuart, above his head, he's been asked question mark after question, and he's answered everyone today. And this is going to bounce.
It was a clever dropout, wasn't it, by Connor into no man's land.
Yeah. George Flanagan, who won't want to pick on Sam Lasone.
No.
Get away from there, George.
No contest. Well, they're still going, aren't they? They're still trying. They're still looking for points, the Huddersfield Giants. It may well be an 8th consecutive defeat at the start of the season. Of course, they will stay rooted to the bottom, but they've given it absolutely everything. Burgess now going into dummy half, and here is Bibby. The charge is on, runs into Jenkins. Good tackle. He's been a really good pickup, hasn't he, Connor? Jenkins for the Leeds Rhinos. Flanagan with the short pass. Hewitt looking to offload and can't. Last chance saloon again for the Giants. McGowan and again Flanagan will go towards that corner towards Riley Lum, and Leeds will come up with it anyway. It came back off Lum. Leeds survive, and it was picked up, I think, in the end by Holroyd, wasn't it? Or McDonald.
Yeah, he's going to go into touch, so that's great defence.
Look at that, the celebrations, so they should be from Huddersfield. It was Lum who was forced into touch. The Giants giving it everything until the very last, and they will deservedly get another crack.
And it's a great tactic to put them in the corner. If they don't succeed in getting the ball back, this is the next best thing. It's a real tough area for Riley Lum to take the ball out of. And although the 28 points to nil down on the scoreboard, that just shows that there's still belief in this side. There's still togetherness, and when Luke Robinson gets some troops back, I'm sure that they'll start picking up wins, because he's a very, very good coach.
Well, their efforts deserve a try, a consolation. Will it come now? Ashton Golding and Gagai, and it's Burgess who gets the score. It had to be. It's been an immense performance from Tom Burgess, and he gets the try that Huddersfield so richly deserved. They're on the scoreboard. And it had to be, didn't it? Burgess with the try, his first try for the Huddersfield Giants.
Well, I said before, you don't always get what you deserve, but that man, Tom Burgess, an absolute stellar performance. He's led from the front, and it's Jacob Gagai, who we have said we want to see on the ball, just puts the overs line on. I think it's Morgan Gannon, and he just fends him off. Big rampaging run, 128 kilo man, but very, very athletic too. That's what the Giants brought him over to do. He's really stood up today.
In old money, that's about 18 stone.
Yeah, it's big, very big.
Well, Burgess will be hoping he's going to be involved. Of course, in the Ashes and in the background, you could see there as the kick goes over from Flanagan, there may well be another injury because young Aidan McGowan, the fullback, was limping off. But yeah, Tom Burgess, 34 caps for England. He'll want more in the autumn when the Aussies come over. But a richly deserved try for him and for Huddersfield. And with 5 minutes to go, it's 28 points to 6.
Yeah, and even when something goes right and they get a try, poor Aidan McGowan, who I think's been terrific today, especially defensively, stopped a number of tries. He has to limp himself off.
Stay behind in Leeds. You ready, Jake?
Leeds will be disappointed to concede there, I'm sure. And with 5 minutes to go,
Move together, Leeds!
we'll just give Kevin Brown a bit of thinking time because he will be choosing our Betfred player of the match. Wow, that's a big hit.
Sam Lasone.
Welcome to Super League, Jacob Algar, and Lasone now getting involved. The young man on debut, the 18-year-old, looks really groggy after that. Huddersfield not liking the challenge.
Well, I didn't think there was anything wrong with their initial challenge, but then the afters, that's what they took exception to. The young player clearly dazed on the floor, and Lasone goes back on. And that's what you want to see from your senior players, not letting a youngster be bullied on the field.
Sam is captain, mate. Just take him away. Come on, mate. George.
Jacob Algar, just 18 years of age. Big day for him. Whatever, let's have another look.
Oh, wallop. Yeah, and it's this what the players don't like.
Yeah.
Pushing the head into the floor.
The afters.
But wow, what a hit. Welcome to Super League.
Yeah, that's naughty from Lasone at the end, you have to say, and totally unnecessary.
Yeah, Sam Lasone, he doesn't need to do that. He's already done the damage with his shoulder. And that poor man hopefully gets up. I'm sure he'll be a little bit groggy. He's pointing at his neck. He'll go off for HIA. And yet again, Luke Robinson must be looking round at his coaching staff thinking, what have I done to deserve this fortune? That's the third player leaving the field. That's his last substitute.
Shake of the head from Luke Robinson. And Jacob Algar will leave the field. So the decision now has got to come from the referee. And once we know what's going on here and what decision Jack Smith is going to make, Kevin Brown will tell us who his Betfred player of the match is. But 4 minutes to go. He's got a decision. He's got a choice of two, I think. So we'll let him muse a little longer before he makes his final decision. To see what happens here once more. It was a big hit by Sam Lasone, but it was that afterwards, I think, that the Huddersfield Giants of Burgess and then Golding taking exception to.
I don't think there's much more than a penalty there. I don't think there's any need for a yellow card or certainly a red card. We don't want to see it. A penalty for me is sufficient. He's just pushed his head in the floor. It's petulant at best.
Well, it is a penalty, and again the right call. It was a big hit, but yeah, it was the afters that were totally unnecessary. So less than 4 minutes to go, 28 points to 6, and a decision to be made. The Betfred player of the match, Kevin.
Yeah, that's a great tackle, by the way, on Tom Burgess. He knocks the ball out, and this will give me a chance to talk you through the player of the match. There's been a lot of players performing today, especially for the Rhinos. You know, I think Morgan Gannon and his back row partner James McDonald have been pretty good, as has half-back Jake Connor. But for me, the Betfred player of the match, the man who opened the scoring and kicked many goals today, Lachlan Miller, is my Betfred player of the match. Everything he's done, he's had quality, he's looked dangerous, and for that reason, he gets my nod.
Well, a captain challenged by the Giants, why not, in the closing stages?
Okay, we have a captain's challenge by Huddersfield, challenging the decision of a knock-on. So we see multiple players in the tackle here. Just need to evaluate how this ball comes out. So we're going to look at all available angles. Okay. We can't see how the ball comes out from that angle. We'll just view from behind. So we can see Burgess in possession. We'll just look at one final angle from the opposite side. How does this ball come out? Okay. After viewing all available angles, the review is inconclusive. The on-field decision of knock-on will stand, and Huddersfield will retain their right to challenge.
Well, there you go. You heard the explanation. Inconclusive, which means that the referee's original call stands of a knock-on, but Huddersfield will retain their captain's challenge for the remaining 3 minutes. But there you go, 28 points to 6. Some stellar performances from the Leeds outfit, but yeah, Lachlan Miller is our Betfred player of the match. 3 minutes to go, and there are more points on the board. He's fired up, isn't he?
The wrecking ball.
Big Sam.
Tommy, come on! Move!
Is there one more try in this game for the Leeds Rhinos? Jared O'Connor and to Jake Connor. Ball inside for Hanley. He scored a terrific try himself. Flanagan brings him down. Sam Lassoni with the pass inside.
Move now, Tom!
2.5 minutes to go. Frawley and Connor. Hanley once more dragged to the ground by Burgess. Dragged him down by his collar. Yep. Frawley and Sinfield. Good defence again. This time from the other debutant, Archie Sykes, with a really good tackle on Jack Sinfield. That was the last. Huddersfield will get it back, and you know, I suppose Luke Robinson, of course, disappointed by the result, but he cannot fault the effort of his side up against the adversity that they've suffered all season. They've put in a big shift.
No, there's not much more they could have done today. Without the personnel, without the creativity. Look, you've got Jack Bibby, a front rower now, playing at hooker. They've run out of troops. There's players playing out of position. There's players like Tom Burgess playing many more minutes than they used to, or they would like to, and the coach would like to. But you can't fault their effort, Stuart. To a man, they've not give up. And then Huddersfield Giants fans, they're doing it tough at the minute, but believing in this club, because when they do get the players back, there's so much talent sat in the sidelines that any club who go through an injury spate like this would struggle.
A kick downfield, and back slotting in at full-back is Jake Connor.
Well, I think we're having a look now. You mentioned before about what will happen when Brodie Croft comes back. Lachlan Miller's been exceptional today, as has Jake Connor. He's slotted in at full-back when Jack Sinfield's come on and put at half-back.
Well, a penalty against Bibby in the tackle. Last minute here at Headingley. Lockie Miller announced as the man of the match. And Leeds, in the last 30 seconds, see if they can get one more try. Sinfield and Connor. Harry Newman just shy of halfway. They put on a show. They put on a show in this second half with some superb tries. Lassoni, I think he actually smiled at that attempted tackle. He was smiling as the tackle went awry.
He's not best pleased with that, is he? He almost went looking out for the full pack there.
Connor with a long pass out. The skipper Hanlon puts the kick downfield. The ball bouncing around all over the place, and it's picked up there by Lum. Leeds still going. They're still going to have a go. They're still going to look for another try. Sinfield it is. Goes back for Connor. Connor decides that's enough. That's enough. We've seen enough. And the full-time hooter brings it to an end as Leeds pick up a big win. There are 2 or 3 Huddersfield players who have absolutely collapsed on the ground, shattered by their efforts. Callum Watkins with a try on his second debut. Big day for him. Leeds victorious. Huddersfield gave it everything. But at 28 points to 6, the second half performance by the Leeds Rhinos outshone everything that Huddersfield